depending on your actions during this conversation, will determine whether or not she gives you Werner's notebook or not. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just be a complete chode to her. What's up, everybody? Badass Games. Welcome back to Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about before we get started here. First of all, I want to mention that we're finally getting into some of the good stuff for the Tomb Raider game. This game, I know I've been really negative about this game, but it's going to start picking up here in a little bit, so that's awesome. Second thing I want to talk about is there is a controls fix that has been posted. I posted a link down to the Tomb Raider forums post down in the description, so if you're looking to get some better controls in this game, you can go ahead and download that patcher. I guess it's not a patch, it's actually an EXE replacer, but I'm choosing not to use the controls fix, so I'm still using the original controls in the throughout the rest of this walkthrough, just so you guys know. Alright, now let's get back into some of this gameplay. If you remember, in the last video we picked up Von Croy's notebook from Carvier's apartment. So let's go ahead and take a look at the notebook, and I have to apologize because the resolution I'm using throws the text off of the side of the notebook, which is apparently a known issue, but anyway, let's take a look at this notebook. Basically what's going to happen is everything, if you flip the pages from when you open it to the right, you're going to be looking at Von Croy's latest entry going back in time. So like, this is Von Croy's latest entry, and then the second latest, so on and so forth. And so there's some good information in here, so if you want to go through the notebook and read some of this stuff, it's pretty interesting. So, and there's also this one here at the end that we will be making use of later on. Okay, so there is some good information in here. Now, right now, we don't have any entries in this notebook from Lara yet, but she will be making entries as we go through the game, and we're going to get some here in a little bit. So, that just wanted to really show that to you. That's what we got at Carvier's apartment. Okay, so here we are in the Parisian ghetto, and there's going to be some guys back this direction. They're homeless, basically, and you don't necessarily need to talk to them, but I'm going to go ahead and talk to them for completeness sake. Just that way we can see what they have to say. Just approach them, hit the action button.
Is this your pitch?
All Paris is my pitch. Got any spare change? For a coffee?
Maybe. I need to find a man.
Then look no further, ma petite.
This is a particular man. Bouchard. Louis Bouchard. Know him?
No. Never heard of him.
Even for spare change?
Go away, I never heard of him.
So where could I ask? I could use a coffee. How about you?
Try the Café Métro, in the Place d'Arcade. The owner might be able to help you. Knows all kinds of stuff.
Sounds like my kind of cafe.
What about the spare change, mademoiselle?
I didn't say I had any.
Welcome to Paris.
Wow, Lara's pretty cold. She's got plenty of money. She's got 160 euros, so... Anyway, basically from here, what you want to do is you want to climb. You didn't really need to talk to them, so you could just go ahead and do this off the start anyway. You want to climb to the top of the trolley cart that you were in when you started the game, and you'll see the large med pack back there in the back. We're going to crouch, and we're going to go grab that real quick. You can also climb the chain link fence that was there on the left side when I
can climb that.
When I crawled underneath here, but that's probably a shorter way, but one of the large med pack. Jump up here and grab this fence and pull yourself up. Now, Lara doesn't climb nearly as slowly as she did in the old school games, the classic Tomb Raider games, but she still climbs a little too slow for my taste, I guess. That's fine. Jump off here, we'll land on this grate. Now, the next thing we want to do, you may see the items flashing over there to the left of Lara's head. We're going to go grab those right now, so let's get to the edge here, step back real quick, and let's do a running jump over to this ledge, pull yourself up, and now this next jump's kind of tricky. I haven't missed it yet, so it should be somewhat easy. Yeah, you can either grab the ledge or land like this, and then you just... Oh, well, you could fall off like... Well, let's pretend I grabbed the ledge, and then let's shimmy over to the right. Doesn't matter. You can, like I said, you can walk. You can actually walk through that metal post there, too. Going the one direction. I don't think you can do it going back, but... Alright, let's pull ourselves up into here and claim these items. We got some euros and we got some chocolate. And who knows how long that's been sitting there, because this doesn't look like... This looks like a place that hasn't been accessed to in a while. Alright, so now, let's see if I can walk through this pole. I got lucky there. Now, in order to get back, this is what you want to do. You definitely want to walk along this ledge. You don't want to shimmy because you can't pull yourself up. And just do a standing jump over to this platform, and then we can do a running jump over to the far platform. I guess grabbing wasn't necessary. Uh-oh, I'm kind of... like nothing's working here. I've never landed on this thing before. I can't jump up here. Oh well, I'll just use this fence. That was odd. Okay, the next place we want to go is to the right this time. We don't want to, or basically this direction. We want to hop over into here, and you see this guy. I'm going to bypass him for a second. We will talk to him. But first we want to go down here and grab this money that's on the ground. Alright, now let's go talk to this guy.
You looking for anything special, little lady?
So what are you, a city guide?
That's right, I'm a city guide, all tastes and interests catered for.
Good. I need directions. I'm trying to find a man called Bouchard. Do you know him?
That's not a healthy kind of question to be asking.
Don't tell me Paris is dangerous.
Oh, we got all kinds of rough stuff here in Paris, including our own serial killer. You heard of the Monstrum, huh? You heard of him?
So it doesn't really matter how you answer this guy. He's not gonna do anything. You can pretty much go any direction you want.
What do you really know about the Monstrum?
Not much. The killings are very messy, grisly, no one's safe.
Even Bouchard?
Lady, no one, no exceptions. Have you heard what the Monstrum does to the victims?
So how do I contact Bouchard?
He won't have time for casual callers. Been having staff problems at his club, I hear.
Bouchard runs a club?
Yeah, Le Serpent Rouge, flashy joint.
Why should losing staff be such a big deal?
Because these staff are dying on the job, messily, no one knows why or how.
You don't think Bouchard's up to handling it?
Keep your voice down. Bouchard can handle all he needs to, but this is something different, something creepy. His people didn't die pretty. It's got him really shaken.
Is it the Monstrum?
Who knows for sure? I just tried to keep my nose clean, you should too.
So you've no idea where Bouchard is?
No.
Well, I'm sure someone does. I'll ask around.
Yeah, do that. Why don't you try Café Metro?
It's the same thing here. It doesn't really matter how you respond here.
Who do I talk to there? The owner?
Hey, I'm kidding, really. The guy's a complete loser. Forget it. Go home, do something recreational, which is where I might be able to help.
No thanks.
Having to keep low, eh? That's hard, especially with the cops being so trigger-happy.
Should I give Bouchard your regards when I find him?
No, don't do that. But if you are at a loose end, look me up. I'm sure we could find something diverting for you, something special.
See you around.
Alright, so I'm not sure if he's trying to get laid or if he's trying to sell me drugs, but it sounded like Laura's going to get a hold of him later, so that's pretty interesting. If you notice in the bottom right-hand corner, there was an update in our notebook. You saw a little notebook flash. That means that something was put in our notebook. Let's see what it says. Find Bouchard's club, Le Serpent Rouge. So, yeah, now what I was trying to tell you before is that as you go to the right through the book, you're advancing through Von Croy's notebook, and as you go to the left, you are advancing through Laura's notes. So, good information there. Let's go through this door. And you see this lady standing out here. Now, the thing is that the two people that I talked to in there, you don't need to talk to, but you have to talk to this, you have to talk to Janice. Otherwise, you won't be able to talk to Pierre or to the Bernard. So, let's go ahead and talk to her and get this conversation out of the way.
Not a lot of passing trade at this hour.
It's early yet. Move along, ma chère. You make the place look crowded.
Does not matter how you respond here.
Have you worked in this neighborhood for long?
What can I do for you, chérie?
I'm looking for someone you might know. Name of Bouchard.
You won't find him here, ma chère. He did run the club across the road, Le Serpent Rouge, but had to move premises. There was a lot of trouble, I heard. Things needed to lie quiet for a while.
Oh? Trouble?
Lost some of his best people. Very messy business. Made him nervous. And that's saying something.
Do you know where he moved to?
No idea. There are people who know, but if your mind wants to lie low, he won't be easy to contact.
I'd have guessed as much. Everyone's in hiding.
Not everyone, chérie. What do you want him for?
I'm trying to track down a friend's movements.
Lost, is he?
Dead, but he made contact with Bouchard before he checked out.
Tell you what, there's two guys who used to work at Le Serpent Rouge.
So Bouchard didn't lose everybody?
No. These two left before the troubles closed the place down. One's a miserable old devil called Bernard, who was the janitor there. He hangs about in the park sometimes.
And the other one?
The other one, Pierre, worked as a barman. Makes bad deals that backfire on him. He runs the cafe at the Place d'Arcade now. Café Métro. You never know. Might be worth a shot.
Well, you still don't really matter how you respond here.
What makes this cafe owner so unlucky?
Oh, he's a total loser. Claims Bouchard held back some money or something of his and kept it at the club. I don't know the details.
You seem to know plenty. I didn't catch your name.
Janice.
Does anyone know who's causing Bouchard all this grief, or why?
No, or they're not saying. The monstrum has got everyone too scared to talk.
I'd have thought Bouchard would be geared up for trouble.
He can handle it all right. No one better. But the way his people has been dying, so ugly. And that poor woman.
What woman?
Someone called Carvier. She worked at the Louvre, it said on the radio. I don't want to talk about it.
Carvier?
No, you watch out, my cher. There is a lot of sickos loose on the streets.
Yeah.
That's okay. Some of us like it that way.
Okay, so she tells you about two people might give you information about Bouchard. She also updates your notebook to, clarify these things in case you forget. Find Cafe Metro, which I think that was already there. Oh, Bouchard's club at Le Serpent Rouge. Bouchard's new premises, gotta find that. Find Bernard. Contact cafe owners, Pierre. It's like, the list goes on and on. Now, you don't need to do all this stuff. These are just hints, like this is what you need to do, something along these lines in order to finish this level. So we don't need to do all of this. And in fact, you're not going to be able to talk to Pierre and Bernard at the same time. You can't do both their missions. Well, technically they send you on the same mission, but you can't go through both of their dialogues at the same time. So, or in one playthrough. What I'm going to do, well, I'll get into that in a little bit. Let's go grab some items that we can pick up. Over here, across the street from Janice, there's some euros laying on the ground. And then, once we grab those, if we go up the steps right across from Janice, we'll enter another area of the Parisian ghetto. Over here on the floor right here is some more money. Now, I'm not sure what the heck's up with the texture, but that looks like a building to me. Okay, so grab that. Then we want to go ahead and head to either Pierre or Bernard. Now, like I said, it doesn't matter which one you go to. What I'm going to do for the walkthrough is I'm going to talk to Bernard. Bernard's going to be the main storyline that I continue on from here on, but I will be showing the Pierre side as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Bernard first, and then we'll go to Pierre. Now, Janice mentioned that Bernard was in up the park, so we got to go all the way to the park, and the park is in the is basically in the corner up in this direction, right here where it says Metropolitan Parc de Lune. This is exactly where we need to go. And then here is Bernard.
Excuse me?
You're not from around here?
No.
Then leave me alone. I'm busy.
It does not matter how you respond here either.
You should be more polite to strangers. You never know who they are.
I don't give a dead curse who you are.
Janice said you were a real charmer.
Janice? What did she speak to you for? Why did she tell you about me?
The same thing here. It doesn't really matter how you respond here.
What's your attitude, old man?
I'll watch nothing. Leave me alone.
I'm going to have to tell your old boss how rude you are to the ladies.
Not Bouchard.
He may know what happened to a friend of mine.
Forget it. Bouchard doesn't like time wasters.
Neither do I. So where is he?
Undercover. But 160 euro might jog my memory.
Okay, so the past two dialogues didn't matter how we responded, but this one does matter, because if you do not choose the right option here, then he refuses to help you for the rest of the game, and you have to go to Pierre. So you want to be polite and give him the money.
Here. Now how do I find Bouchard?
It's not going to be easy, you know?
Let me be the judge of that.
Bouchard has had big trouble lately, and he owes me, big time.
Perhaps I can help you. What does Bouchard owe you?
A box. My box. And I want it back. It was hidden at his old club, the Serpent Rouge. But things got nasty. I had to leave it behind.
What if I were to retrieve it for you from this club?
I know a password that gets you past Bouchard's door guard at his new hideout.
Okay. So do we have a deal? Your box for the password?